Hello everyone. I did promise someone on the page that I would do a tarot oracle deck review for my favorite deck, the Sacred Path cards by Jamie Sams. The reason that I decided to go ahead and do this is because I've had a lot of people that are asking me what my favorite deck is, and they've never heard of this one. When I searched it on YouTube, I didn't find any reviews for it. There are a lot of people that use it for readings on their channels, but nobody has reviewed this deck as of yet. And since it is my favorite, I decided to go ahead and do it. So I actually don't have the box that it comes in because the deck was given to me by a friend, so I got the guidebook and the cards and that's it. So what I did was I knitted a little bag to keep the cards in. Let me go ahead and show you the general size of the cards. They're just a little bit bigger, a little bit wider than normal tarot cards, but they're significantly longer. So they're a little bit, if you have small hands, they can be a little difficult to work with. This is the back of the cards, which this is the image that is on the box, and it's also on the guidebook that comes with the cards. So let me go ahead and show you the guidebook before I start showing you images from the deck. This is this is the book that comes with it. The sun symbol is right here. It's kind of engraved into it, and it's a pretty hefty guidebook. It is 325 pages long. Okay, so really, when you buy this deck, me personally, I would have bought the deck just for this book because this is one of the best guidebooks I have ever come across with any deck that I have ever used. Jamie Sams really goes very in-depth with each individual card, the teaching and the application for each card. And so for me, it's a wonderful tool. I actually received this deck from my friend when I really needed the teachings in this particular deck in my life, when I needed to bring those into my life. So I'm very, very impressed with this. So you get past the dedication and the acknowledgements and the table of contents, and she's got a very good introduction about why she wanted to create the deck, how she wants you to learn from the deck, not necessarily to use it as a divination tool, but the purpose behind her creating the deck as a teaching tool. And then she's got a section on how to use the cards, which is short but sweet, and then she has an entire section on card spreads. And she included in this book, I think it's 7 different spreads, and what I really like about this is all the different spreads, she includes an image of where you would be putting the cards on in the spread. Like, for instance, this one is cornstalk spread. So she's got an image of a cornstalk and how you would build the spread with the cards to look like a cornstalk. So, and she does that with pretty much all of the spreads. Grandfather, Son, Grandmother, Moon spread. You can see she's got it all laid out with keywords, and this one is probably my favorite out of all of them that are in here, the teepee spread. This is just a very spiritual spread, and it's my go-to when I have questions about something. So once we get past the card spreads, which is kind of a long section, but like I said, she offers, I think it's 7 different spreads, and she goes really in depth as to how to lay them out, what the positions mean, how the positions relate to each other, what the symbolism is of the spread, like what the symbolism is of the teepee, or the cornstalk or the tree. So after we get past those, we have the section on the cards. And for every single card, she's got it set up like this. So we have the name and a reproduction, the image on the card, not necessarily the card itself, but the image that appears on the card. And then she's got like a little prayer poem that she wrote down here that you can use to connect to the energies of the cards. And so then on the next page, she has the number, the name, and the keyword, which all appear on the actual cards. And then she's got a section on the teaching or the lesson, the message of that card. And then a section on the application, or how you can use the teaching and energy of that card in your daily life. So, and like I said, she does that for every single card. There are 44 cards in this deck, and the fact that she does this for every single card is what makes this guidebook really long, but it goes very, very in-depth in how you can use the energies and the symbolism of all these different things. I forgot to say earlier that this deck is actually based on Native American culture and spirituality, which is another reason that I really connected with this deck. Let me go ahead and show you some of the cards here. Like I said, it's all the cards have a number and a title, the picture, and then a keyword or phrase. Like this one's peyote ceremony and medicine bowl. Oh, she also has all of the different directions and the animals associated with those directions in this deck, which I find really, really awesome. Like we have East Shield, which is eagle, and North Shield, which is buffalo. Okay, and all of the artwork on these cards is pretty minimal, but I think it's highly effective. Powwow, storyteller. Here's South Shield, which is coyote, or wolf if you're more comfortable with wolf. Drum. So, like I said, this is probably my absolute, actually, I know this is my absolute favorite deck that I have ever worked with, because not only is it very easy to use, it's very user-friendly. It was giving me messages from the first moment that I picked up the cards. And what I did was I got a notebook and I actually looked through and read the entire guidebook as I was studying the deck. And I was just very, very impressed with how well Jamie Sams represented her culture and her heritage, not only in the layout of the cards, but in the way that she wrote about them, the way that she explained them. If you have not been, what's the word I'm looking for? If you have not been exposed, there we go, to Native American culture and spirituality, which at this point, I think pretty much everyone has at least once in their life come to see it, hear it, or experience it, whether it's in school or in the community, on a trip, and if it's something you really want to learn more about, I think this is an excellent learning tool. as well as an excellent divination tool. So, like I said, this is just one of my absolute favorite decks. It is my favorite deck. And I'm just absolutely thrilled with it. So I'm not going to go through the entire deck and show you guys all of the artwork, but basically what you get, you can get it on Amazon, you can buy it on eBay, you can order it through a bookstore. Most bookstores don't keep it on the shelf just because it's not, the deck is not as popular as like Dorian Birchie's decks or the Rider-Waite decks, you know. It's not something that people generally go looking for just because it's not a majorly published deck. It's not necessarily an independent deck either, but it's definitely not as popular as it should be, in my opinion. So, and something I think is really, really awesome is after she published this deck, I'm not sure how long after, but after she published this deck, she also published a workbook that you can use with the deck. And this is what it looks like. And this you can also get on Amazon or eBay. I think I paid like $4 for it on Amazon, and it's an $18 book. So, like I said, this is actually very much like the guidebook that she includes with the deck. You got the table of contents and the acknowledgements and a list of the cards. So you can go directly to whatever card it is that you're trying to study. And then she's got purpose of using a workbook and how to use it. She's got all the different sections listed so that you can know how to use the workbook the way that she has set it up. And it's actually very, very simple. Like I said, I'm very impressed with Jamie Sam's teaching method. She makes everything very simple and clear-cut. And it's just, she takes this difficult subject and makes it so easy to understand that I cannot speak highly enough about her work. So, and then she's got a section on how to use the individual applications. So, like each card has an application section, so how you would use each one individually within a spread. Okay, and then she's got another section on the cards. And yet again, here we see she's got it done up, the number of the card, the title, and the keywords, and then down here she has attributes and challenges associated with each card. Because she did not include any reversals in the deck, like there's no section on how to use these cards in reversal. I just think that this is wonderful, because if it shows up in the reverse, you know that it's a challenge rather than a positive attribute, or a challenger rather than an ally, I guess you could say. And then she's got the individual application, so like how you would use it when it shows up. And it kind of expands upon okay. It kind of expands upon the message that is in the guidebook. So even though the guidebook is already really, really in-depth, what she does is she takes the message that she wrote in there and expands upon it in here and takes it to an even deeper level for your personal study and for your personal spiritual development, which I think is really awesome. And so she does that with all of the cards, all 44 of them. And then at the end here, she's got some more spreads. And right here, she's got all of them listed and just kind of how you would use them. So if you have a specific question in mind, then you can just go right to the spread that you need. And then here again, she's got them all laid out with images and the different card positions, which is just wonderful. These are all new spreads. These were not in the guidebook, and she does not repeat any spreads between the books. The Soaring Eagle spread, this one is one of my favorites. It's Guidance from Eagle, which is just, I love that spread so very much. Pathfinder, Dreamweaver, Vision Maker. So, and then she has a section, it's a very special spread. I have not actually tried this one yet, because I'm kind of afraid of doing something wrong. But it's got a little intro here on how to use the cards to connect to your ancestors. And then she goes right into this spread, the Red Road, Blue Road spread, which is designed to connect you to your ancestors and receive guidance from them. Which I know a lot of tarot and oracle reading, that's what we do. But this spread goes a little bit deeper. It's almost like you're walking to the other side and meeting them there. So with this spread, she actually recommends that you use caution. If you don't feel ready to do it, don't do it. You almost have to make a ritual out of it because it is such a sacred subject and such a sacred act that you have to be careful because you don't want to hurt yourself in the process, and you don't want to offend your ancestors or any other spirits that are around. It's just something you have to be very cautious with, and she actually brings that up and explains it in here. So, and the final section in here is just different like exercises. And she's got like a logbook so you can record your various readings, and like here we've got daily progress sheet. So you would do a reading and fill that out. Of course you don't have to, I didn't. I went and got a journal to do this in because I don't like writing in my books. But she recommends doing a series of the daily progress reports, and then at the end of the week doing a weekly progress report. I personally don't really see the point in doing a weekly progress report, but that's just me. If it's something that you would feel more comfortable with, do it. In order to use this deck, you do not need this workbook. I just wanted to bring it up because if it's a deck that you decide that you want to explore and just kind of look into, I wanted you to know about this because if you end up really liking it, this will take your work with the deck to a whole nother level. But really, the guidebook that comes with the deck is plenty. If you learn all that you need to from this, awesome. Like I said, I don't have the box for it, so I don't know what kind of packaging it comes in, but the cards are kind of thin, but they're durable. They're a little bit bigger than your normal tarot cards, so you'll probably end up having to get something to put them in to keep them protected. The guidebook is really good. I really like Jamie Sam's work, not just her oracle decks, but I like her books too. So I'll probably do some reviews on those here in the very near future. So I hope that this review finds you well, and like I said, you can look at this deck on Amazon, on eBay. You can go to any bookstore and have them order it in if they don't have it on the shelf. Just because it's not a popular published deck. So I'll put the links down in the description under the video so you can go look at it. So thank you guys so much, and I will hopefully see you next time.